Welcome back to Grandma Worldwide Radio. This is UnFiltered. I'm man James.
Boy J Skyline, and you know what time it is. It's the sports talk. And first and foremost, we missed a little bit of time, so you know what time it is. The schedules have come out. The schedules are here. And we're going to talk about first the first week games, the big hype of the good thing and the thing I love about the NFL is every game matters, man. There's only 16 games, man. Even week one, if you lose, that can mess up, especially if you're playing like a division opponent, somebody that's in the same conference as you. When you mix those things up like that, it can be important. And in some cases, it's at this point rivalry games that are like regional rivalry games.
Yeah.
I know the big game for this is a what we got going on. You got the
First night, big rivalry. Green Bay and then Chicago. I mean that's.
Oh, this is the 50th. They're doing this year instead of the normal game where the team that wins the Super Bowl hosts the game because of the what's the 50th anniversary of the NFL?
Is it?
Something like that.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
Oh no, it's the centennial.
Centennial.
Yeah, it's the centennial, and they're the two oldest teams left in the NFL, so they put those two teams together.
Oh, that's what's up.
I think I think Chicago's a little older, and I also just don't think they wanted to deal with the logistics of the first night being in Green Bay. So the game's in Chicago. Green Bay at Chicago. That's first night, Thursday night football.
How do you feel about that?
I'm fine with it.
You think Aaron Rodgers is gonna come back? New coach, new Aaron. Like,
Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers, man. Like Aaron Rodgers talent wise is probably the most talented quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
Talent wise, again, when it comes to mentally, it's probably Brady and then the Breeze and them like that. But when it comes to physical ability, it's Aaron Rodgers. Like physically, he's the best quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
He's just it's Green Bay. They don't put a lot around him a lot. And again, he has an attitude problem. I'm not going to sit here and act like Aaron Rodgers doesn't have like an attitude deficiency.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's fine with me. And then I don't trust Mitch Trubisky. I don't trust.
All right, so that's what I was going to get out of on that side. Yeah, I mean, like they got a solid running back. They got like Jordan Howard as a running game. You know, I mean, they're doing.
Well, no, they traded.
I mean, not Jordan Howard.
They traded Jordan Howard.
I mean, what's his name?
He's an Eagle now.
Cohen.
Cohen's like 145 pounds.
He's still doing right. He was like pulling through.
And he got hurt in the last season, didn't he?
I mean, it wasn't like that bad.
Let's check out some of these other games. Now, you over here defending the Bears that hard. I thought the Packers were your NFC North team anyway.
No, it's the Bears. The Bears are. No, I don't really. I mean, that's my friends. Nah, I don't care for the Packers like that, but they're all right. So what about your squad? All right, for one of the first 1:00 games. That's kind of.
This is the order they put it.
What?
This is the order they put it, man. All them games say 1:00. There's like 5 1:00 games at the same time.
They gotta put at least like a later game.
Well, no, it's an Eastern time zone game. We're playing the Panthers.
All right, so Panthers.
Yeah, it just matters about the time zone.
All right, so how do you feel about them?
I mean, this is it's an NFC opponent, so it matters in the scale of if I thought we weren't going to win the division, but I think we're going to win the division, so I don't really worry that much.
Yeah.
I like a bye week, so I still would like to beat them. Cam Newton got to come back. Oh, wait. I don't even think Cam's coming back. I don't know who their quarterback's going to be. I think they said Cam might miss the season because of whatever injuries he has.
The whole season? That's going to be awful.
So if Cam's not there,
they're going to be done. That's it.
I ain't worried about who am I supposed to be worried about? Christian McCaffrey? Whatever next bust wide receiver they're going to get in the draft? Ted Ginn Jr. still there? I ain't worried about these niggas.
Hating on the squad like that.
If Cam ain't there, who am I hating on? Who are these men? Who are you?
I think Christian McCaffrey could do it. I don't know if they have any other running backs on the team like that anymore.
He is the last samurai of Caucasian running backs.
All right. Okay.
It says E40 references that in the new song. He just said on that 2 Chainz, I'm rare.
Oh yeah.
And he says I'm rare as a white running back.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Let's see what else is going on. See, this game isn't that important. Well, it could be because we never know who's going to win this division. Stop moving this, man. I was looking at this. But this is the type of game that worries me at the beginning of the season for certain teams. Redskins at Eagles. That is a division opponent week 1. That means you have to. That game matters week 1 into the gate. Again, a game to me that doesn't probably matter as much. If I could find one. Are they doing any? Bengals Seahawks doesn't matter that much. That's an interconference matchup. That game doesn't go into anything real. real important into the scale of things. You know what I mean? Like outside of the fact that it can matter later when it comes to win loss, but Bengals Seahawks, that's just an interconference game. When you got to play the Redskins at Eagles week 1, that matters long term to your season. Who else?
You could probably say Colts and the Chargers. That doesn't matter.
It could. Well, that's a wild card thing. That could matter in a
You
wild.
think so?
Yeah, because the Chargers had a wild card bid last year because of the fact the Chiefs had a better record, and we don't know who's going to win the AFC South. But somehow 2 teams keep on making it out of the AFC South.
Got the Titans. Titans coming.
Man, this is going to be Marcus Mariota's last year, and I'm a Marcus Mariota fan. If he don't pull out something big this year, he's out.
Maybe the Jaguars might do something new.
Nick Foles can't play outside of the Eagles, so I ain't worried about Nick Foles and the Jaguars either. I don't know who. My whole thing is the Texans. The Texans got to get it straight, or they need to get rid of Bill O'Brien, or whatever that dude. I know his last name's O'Brien.
Yeah, they need to get rid of him.
But another game, if we thought the Patriots weren't going to win the AFC East, the Bills at Jets. That's a big first week matchup in conference, or not in conference, in division.
Yeah.
New York at the Cowboys. Even though I think the Cowboys in New York always play week 1. That's like almost like the Thanksgiving thing. Like they seem to always play week 1. The big matchup is because the Patriots weren't given the Thursday night matchup, they were given the Sunday night primetime matchup, and that matchup is the Steelers going to the Patriots on Sunday night.
I think we can do this. This is it. We got this shit. Let's start it out with the W, and we got this.
Let's get right to it.
This is what we got to do. I think we can do it. Do you believe in us?
I'm waiting for this draft. Like, I don't talk wins and losses until I see the draft. I don't know what these teams are until after I see the draft and the finish of free agency. I'm not gonna be out here judging teams based on that. Like we could talk about the schedule. The schedule's cool, but I'm not, especially with the amount of stuff that both teams have lost. Gronk is gone. Bell and Brown are gone. Like I need to see what's going on with teams and who I think is gonna actually be starting positions before I start making predictions on who's gonna win the first week of the season. It's gonna be a good game. It's always a good game. Like I'm not gonna say anybody's gonna get blown out. Like I got other games where I'm like I would assume. Like, I don't really have any games where I'm like, oh, yeah, this game's going to be for sure picked out.
Like, you think, like, Titans, Browns ain't going to be nothing. Be like, it would just be nice to see everybody starting up, but it's not going to be anything crazy. Like, you're just like, okay, Odell's here. He's probably going to get 100 yards, maybe.
I still don't care until I see, like, you know why I really, like, I don't care about that game? Because we act like, again, Marcus Mariota's a Pro Bowl quarterback, honestly. We still need to see if Baker Mayfield has a sophomore slump. If Odell Beckham Jr. really wants to be in Cleveland, like he's stunning right now,
nobody.
And we also forget Kareem Hunt's still suspended for like 8 games.
Is it 8?
I think it's something like that. They gave him like the full book.
Do you think? And Duke Johnson wants to leave, and they don't.
Oh,
care.
Duke Johnson wants
but they don't care.
Then Duke Johnson needs to hold out. Because I agree with Duke Johnson. He could start on like half the NFL teams. Running back wise, Duke Johnson's not a bad running back.
Yeah, he's
y'all
pretty
can
good.
hate on Cleveland all y'all want. He's not a bad running back. Mm-hmm. He's gonna be 3rd on the depth chart for no reason. Just because they wanted to go get a man that's out here punting bitches. And I actually like Nick Chubbs.
Nick Chubb, yeah, he's not bad.
So like, I'm not gonna stun on Nick Chubbs. I was a fan of Nick Chubbs. I actually thought as a Rams fan, I think Nick Chubbs could be better than Todd Gurley. And that's another running back out of Georgia.
Oh damn! You gonna talk like that?
I wasn't a huge fan of Gurley coming out. I got behind him because he started playing better with the Rams. And now I'm worried about they said he has arthritis in one of his legs already. So I'm worried about this nigga. Like I am honestly worried. And and this might be my bias. The nigga spent his my whole Madden dynasty hurt. So so I ain't gonna stun on that. I played like one Madden dynasty with my new shit, and then like the whole time this nigga spent it hurt. I'm like, all right, like Zeke went out and broke records with the Cowboys, but whatever. This whole again, I want to see just the nuance of who's gonna be on what teams, what's gonna happen. Again, I'm really interested in the Steelers because, and this is just how the city works a lot of times. I need to see how the team's gonna bounce back. And then the wildest thing is like all the stuff that's happened with the Browns and shit. And people are like, oh, the Browns are going to have to get through the Steelers. I'm like, we forget that the Ravens won the division.
Yeah.
With a quarterback that's like 50-50 on throwing the ball. I ain't going to start. But the Ravens won the division. The only team that I know for sure ain't going to win the division next year is the fucking Bengals.
The Bengals
we ain't worried about the
doing
Bengals.
shit.
None of us, we don't even know who the Bengals quarterback is going to be next year. Like, we are not worried about the Bengals. But we have a 3-way fight for a division of teams where the team that wins the division can be 9-7.
Do you think it's going to be that bad?
Because I think we're overhyping what the Browns are going to do. Even though
what if it was like a 9-7, 8-8?
No. It's not going to be NFC West like 2010.
Okay.
Like
That
when,
could be
when
fun.
like this ain't gonna be the Seahawks like a 7-9 record or whatever. It was 8 or 7. It was something really bad.
Yeah.
But
7-9.
yeah, we're not doing that. I just think it's like you remember how those years with the AFC East, like we just didn't know who was gonna win, but the teams weren't good.
Yeah.
I think that's what the AFC not AFC East, NFC East. That was the NFC East with all the Cowboys and all that when they were rotating teams. But I think that's what the AFC North can be. I don't think the Ravens to me weren't that great last year. If y'all being honest with yourselves, I know the Steelers played down and weren't that great.
They're
last year.
right.
So my whole thing is, I don't see how we think the team's gotten better right now yet. And again, I'm waiting for the draft. I'm not judging any of these teams yet. And then we think that everybody's acting like the Browns have just turned into a juggernaut. I think the end of this is going to be one of these teams are going to win 10 or 9 games and go to the playoffs, and the other 2 teams probably aren't going to make the playoffs because, again, if the Chargers haven't lost anything to me, the Chargers or the Chiefs are going to be one of the wild card teams with like 11 or 12 wins because one of them teams can't win the division. And then the other wild card team can be whoever else. I just don't think there's going to be 2 teams out of the AFC.
You don't think the Broncos are gonna do anything, or
No,
and then
I'm
or
not
the Raiders?
worried about Joe Flacco with the Broncos, man. I feel like y'all just act like Joe Flacco just didn't go to the Broncos, and I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it at all. The only thing I believe is Joe Flacco might actually be able to throw the ball 80 yards down the field in the Broncos. Because Joe Flacco, the only thing Joe Flacco can do is throw the ball really far, and I think he could do that with Denver, but I don't think it's going to do nothing. What other division? Like, I ain't worried about the Jets yet. Sam Darnold and Le'Veon Bell might be able to get something started a year or 2 from now, but I ain't worried about them this year. I'm
right.
never really worried about the Bills. Miami's purposely not trying to win.
Yeah.
So I think the second wild card team, as of right now, they're not. They're trying to get a quarterback. They're like, they came out and basically said we're the 76ers. We're not trying to win football games this year.
They blew last year anyways. With
And
Jay
Ryan
Cutler
Fitzpatrick
too.
came out here looking like a tank. So, like, not a tank in a good way. Like, this thing is big as hell. And he's supposed to be the quarterback next year. And I'm a Ryan Fitzpatrick's fan. But I'm not here for jolly old Santa, Ryan Fitzpatrick. I'm here.